Hello and welcome on in everyone, I'm Space Wizard Total War, and today we'll be diving back into Age of Wonders 4 for the secondary story realm in the Rise of the Godir story, the Enchanted Archipelago. Thank you all so much for all who voted on the faction we should be playing here today. We have selected, of course, Count Bawktilus in his, all of his immortal glory. We'll actually cut over to Total War Noctilus real quick. If any who are not aware of what Total War Noctilus looks like, here's a quick clip.
The blood runs cold.
Alright, now that you should have that understood, here at the Enchanted Archipelago, we are going to become an ambassador of the Covenant, which is actually the good guy, so it's a little bit interesting that we have Noctilus here. We shouldn't worry about it for too long. And venture to the Enchanted Archipelago, where once a banished wizard, banished wizard is abusing the currents of creation. Investigate the goals of the Shadrai Alliance and free the realm from the Siren Goddess. Here in the Archipelago, we are going to have ourselves the Island Realm trait. So this realm is dominated by oceans, but features many small islands. So we each are going to have our own landmass. So each empire that is here will have their own kind of continent to start on, and then we'll be able to reach out and smack other lads. Next, we have the Wildlands Realm trait, which will make it so that animal units are common, animal infestations are common, and then constructed ancient wonders such as ziggurats are going to be absent. There'll be none of that. Next up, we have the small underground, same as our first one. The underground is smaller, and that's pretty much what that is, just a smaller underground. Meaning avoid any kind of underground sorting empires. It makes it a little bit difficult. Also, we have a low population realm traits, so that free cities are going to be rare. This realm features less civilizations than others. We're playing on hard difficulty, as that's the most difficult we're allowed to do here, and we'll go ahead and dive on in.
Your journey
with
starts here.
Count Bawktilus and his Dreadfleet. They are going to be Reavers. We'll get to the actual breakdown of this faction here once we dive on in, but look at our parody Count Noctilus. He looks fantastic. And the Dreadfleet behind him. They are not undead yet, but they soon shall be.
The Astral Sea connects all and everything. To most, it is merely a way to travel between worlds. Yet some call the Astral Sea itself their home. Of the many beings who reside within, the curious Mare are the most gentle. They swim through the magical currents with ease and use their voices to guide lost souls to safety. This is the story of one such Mare called Elia, whose curiosity led her to misery. This particular young mare was intrigued by the worlds that connect to the Astral Sea. She was specifically attracted to a realm called the Enchanted Archipelago, for its tides resembled her natural habitat, yet felt so different. But it did not take long before Elia's visit turned into a nightmare, when she was captured by a capricious Godir called Nimue, who sought to study her for her beauty and power. The self-proclaimed goddess, Nimue, used Elia in her efforts to create her ultimate race of followers. But her results never lived up to her ever-shifting demands. Elia was forced to watch Nimue drown her own creations over and over again, only to begin anew once more. The horrified Elia, shackled and sequestered, could only sing a desperate song carried by the currents over the Astral Sea. Elia's song reached Mage Haven, where the Covenant, a virtuous alliance of Godir, heard her plea. The Covenant sought to uphold the ancient agreements of peace and stability, and were thus concerned by the song about Nimue. Had the Siren Goddess gone mad with power? Or was another force at play? One zealous Godir of the Covenant volunteered to investigate the Enchanted Archipelago and liberate it from Nimue*'s drowning embrace.
And he definitely did not have his own ulterior motives. Alright, and welcome on in. We've had to restart twice already just due to crashes, so hopefully I have figured out what's going on in the background. But welcome on in everyone to the Enchanted Archipelago. We are here with Count Bawktilus, of course, for a very mixed empire here. We've got some Chaos Affinity, we've got some Shadow, Nature, and Materium. And actually, the Chaos and Shadow Affinities are the ones that I have the least amount of time with, so if you have any tips and tricks for these two, please leave those in the comments. I'd love to read on through. So we emerge with the Tome of Necromancy, so we'll be harvesting souls from our enemies and creating undead creatures, specializing in expendable units and starting our soul economy. I will read on through here, the Gloom Hooknail. Necromancers are, well, let's see, this is a goblin, huh? Dark Lady. Necromancers are the greatest healers of all, as they have the power to cure the greatest ailment itself, death. Some will fear such an existence, but what healing ritual doesn't have its side effects? There's also a grim yet satisfying efficiency in recycling your fallen. When your army succumbs, raise them again. Sounds about right. Gloom Hooknail, Dark Lady of the Corrupted Goblins. We are the Avian Bird people. A little bit switched up from normal, who have like all sorts of kind of quick moving abilities. This time we're going to be hardy as we're zombies. We'll have Keen-Sighted for the Deadeye ability that the Dreadfleet tend to have, so extra accuracy on physical ranged and magical attacks, and then Poisonous. We'll have extra blight resistance, and then melee attackers who hit us will have a chance of becoming poisoned. We ourselves are also going to be immune to poison, which is great. Poison, you deal 4 blight damage, attacks up to 5 times, can't affect ethereal or undead units, so I guess we wouldn't have needed this for very long anyway. We are the Reaver culture this time, unlike the last time where we were the High culture, which is all about your alignment. Reavers are all about war. They are, at least they have, a higher production and a mana income. Their units are going to be specialized in focusing down marked targets, which is a debuff you can apply that's going to reduce evasion up to 5 times, so up to 50% less evasion, and then we can hit enemies with focused aggression. So our ranged or magic attacks will deal plus 10% damage per stack of marked, so 50% additional if you have them maxed out, and then melee attacks will have a 60% chance base of inflicting mark. Effects are going to be increased for all non-repeating attacks. We'll have 1 less Whispering Stone, which we can then give to free cities. We'll be doing none of that this time. We'll either be slaughtering them or intimidating them with our war spoils. They have the Total War mechanic, which will drop or make it so we have no Imperium income penalties from the war without war justification. So normally you have to build up a balance of grievances, and if they have more than you, they've built up, basically they've done more wrong to you than you to them, you can declare war on them without having to pay any of your Imperium to do so. We, as Reavers, do not care. We can declare war on anyone at any time. We also have war spoils as a unique resource, gathered through conquest and battles with empires and free cities. They can be used to intimidate and extort free cities or other empires. We will gain war spoils through killing units belonging to free cities or empires. We'll gain more per tier of the unit, and then it looks like heroes will grant us 5 war spoils per level. Conquering cities will grant us 50 war spoils base, plus 10 per population of that conquered city, which is awesome. We shall use war spoils for intimidating free cities, forcing them to be our allies. Basically almost a vassalization kind of mechanic. Well, I guess it is, but forced vassalization. We disable, basically you get it up by 1, but disable allegiance change for 5 turns. You can also extort them by trading your war spoils for their resources that they would normally be able to trade for things like gold or mana. On the Empire diplomacy side, we will have the ability to declare supremacy. So we'll actually be able to increase relations with others, basically a similar kind of forced allegiance, but it's going to cost us war spoils to keep that going. Looks like also, as long as supremacy is going on, they can't generate any grievances against you, which is pretty great. Increases by 5 war spoils for each proclamation. You can basically just declare yourself dominant over everyone and just proceed to cackle the whole way. Excellent, Reaver. The Reaver culture is going to be a ton of fun. We have the experienced seafarer's trait, so with strong sea legs, you're unrivaled on the water and know how to dredge up extra value from its depths. We'll have cities gaining additional gold, food, and draft. Each province with a coast, river, and underground lake in their domains. We want to get lots of provincial or coastal provinces where we can. Our embarked units, so out on the seas, will gain more damage and gain more experience, and we'll also have basic seafaring as a starting skill. so which just allow us to get out to the sea immediately without having to spend any Imperium on that in the tree. Next, we have Ruthless Raiders. They murder without remorse, more interested in loot and plunder than right or wrong, which will give us the ability to have our cities gain gold and draft as we kill units after successful combat, and we will be a little bit more even. We'll also start with 2 additional hero items, which is great. We will begin with Necrotize. Deals frost damage, blight damage, and decaying. So can't regain hit points and takes, it's like a stronger version of poison. When it dies, it becomes a decaying zombie that can also spread out that decaying debuff. Albeit at a pretty low chance because it's an incredibly powerful one. We also have the Suppressing Barrage, so we have a 1 hex radius of 10 damage and a chance of immobilizing. Well, that's the way. Our quest begins. Unique Pantheon quest with maximum skull difficulty. We have 2 objectives here. We need to find Elia's prison, optional, and then just reaching victory. Fair enough. You arrive at the outer edge of the Enchanted Archipelago. You're greeted by a wistful voice, the one that pulled you to this realm. The voice sings of love turned to obsession, of a wrathful goddess and enthralled people, of a lake, a wellspring turned into a prison. She sings desperately for the arrival of a savior on this realm. Suddenly, the voice is drowned out by a cackling laughter, before it falls silent, leaving nothing but the sound of wind and waves. The creature pleads for you to liberate her and the people of this realm from the wrath of the Siren Goddess. The Siren Goddess Nimue. You have not met this ruler yet. Oh, we'll definitely, we'll liberate them, alright. They just may not like the way they're liberated. Especially their souls. Alright, so here we are. The Reaver subculture, of course, or I guess culture itself, has its own kind of a city, which is very, very industrial, has all the kind of metallurgy pits, and looks like flying landmines and a nice blimp to oversee everything. For just a kind of quick overview of our units, we have an Observer here, which is going to be our scout. These guys don't have an attack, but they can actually see very far and are able to mark enemies, giving them that debuff. Basically, just guaranteed. It's a guaranteed use of dropping debuffs around, so they're very good to keep around your armies in the early game. And what do you know? A barbed shield. Shield Ball, and has the barbed shield trait. Melee attackers have a chance of bleeding. We'll take it, but you can't use it with... Oh, hello there. Elia's song grows louder. You feel her prison is nearby. Suddenly, a rift opens, allowing you to spy a half-masked Godir speaking to Nimue. What is this I hear about the imprisoned Mayor? The unknown Godir says, We agreed that you would set her free. She has served her purpose. Nimue scoffs. We discussed it, and I decided against it. My work is not yet done, Lithil. The half-masked Godir answers annoyed. You fool. The Covenant is investigating already. If they find out about the Gilder Coin. The Godir called Lithil attempts to argue further, but Nimue dismisses her, unaware that you overheard this conversation. Leave the Sidrai to their bickering. The fools don't know. Oh, her prison's right here. Well, that was fast. Optional, sure. Let's see if there's anything else we can grab right here. We've got a banner up here, which will give us some experience. We don't want to give that to our scout. That would be a waste. Can grab this food stash. 67 food. We've got a bear to battle here, and then out on the sea we have an octopus. Let's take Noctilus and then go fight this bear. And then have the battle initiated by our observer. Before we do, we're going to show off the units we have access to start. We've got Noctilus himself, of course, who is a Death Knight ruler. Which, unlike last time, I think we had him as a normal, I don't know if a warrior or a knight, but this one is a Death Knight, so specializes in high damage melee attacks backed up by debuffs and summoned undead units. We'll be able to use great weapons, one-handed weapons, shields, fists, and polearms. So what items do we start with here as being Reaver, not the Reavers, but the Relentless Raiders? A Resistance Helmet, which is kind of meh. And then the Demolishing Heart. Oh, we can blow up fortified obstacles. Neither of these are all that exciting. Good news is we do have this nice Reaver Halberd here, which will have a nice 14 damage melee strike, which will boost up by 40% fighting cavalry and large targets, then have a 60% chance, of course, of inflicting mark on anyone we hit. Excellent. Polearms are always fantastic. We will have, as our ambition here, the Dominator, which we seek to dominate others and bolster their own ranks, so kind of to play on his being a necromancer there. Major ambition being to recruit or raise a tier 4 unit after combat, which will give us 100 renown and the domination ability, which will just give you the option to yoink an enemy target or enemy unit away from them and then steal them with war spoils after the battle. We also have a minor ambition we can repeat anytime by recruiting and raising units after combat. Glorious. Let's dive on in and crunch us some bears. Double up on the brown bear. They've got a swipe. Damage, 1 hex. Wow, that's a little bit of a spooky first fight here. 2 bears and a Spirit Hawk. So we have Bawktilus, of course. We have our Overseer support unit. Draped in their lovely purple and garbed in an extra evil Spanish Inquisition helmet. I love the alchemical vials get all over. Overseers are awesome. They've got a marking blast, which will blind enemies and mark them. A subdue, which gives you the opportunity to basically completely nullify a target. Captures, it basically counts as captured, so they're subdued, can't use actions or movement, and this unit is captured if the caster is victorious. This effect ends if the caster is killed. And it has to be affected by immobilized, frozen, or stunned. So you have to basically immobilize them in some way. And then you can yoink them away from the enemy. Can't affect heroes or units with a control loss ability, and the effect ends if the caster. You can use it every 2 turns. Alright then. So I think we should be building up a whole bunch of war spoils and then just yoinking units left and right. Low risk battle, let's go ahead and dive right on in. We'll show off the rest of the units when we get in. Alright, and here we are. Got a dreary looking farm. So for our other 2 units, we have the Harrier Skirmisher, which is going to be our main with a wicked looking scimitar and this kind of weighted bladed net. They are going to be both a decent melee combatant, which can mark enemies, and then have the net to cast, which will immobilize, have a 90% chance of immobilizing, deal some dice damage, and then also mark enemies. This will also enable us to capture them with the subdue ability. We also have the Mercenaries, which are going to be a polearm unit, very early recruited, very elite polearm unit with good damage and a drive back ability, which you can basically strike an enemy with kind of an explosive lance strike, which will pierce their defense and push them back a hex. Being polearms, they've got charge resistance, first strike, and then they have actually high maintenance. So since they are mercenaries, they're going to cost a little bit more gold base upkeep. They're a very elite tier 1 unit to make up for that. Alright, let's do this. The Hawk will get over here closest to us fastest, so let's go ahead and mark them up initially. Get rid of them in a hurry. So we'll step the Overseer to here. One polearm, Noctilus right next to, that way they can both benefit from the extra resistance from the Overseer. We'll just bring the Harriers back as well. Bears can move a pretty fair distance. Alright, yep, guard loaded up. Wait for them to come on in. Really, they're going for it. A little bit of spirit damage, but really not much. Completely acceptable. And since those are both bears, I don't mind using a little bit of our mana to go ahead and try to immobilize both of them. Stop moving, please. Alright, so the front one is immobilized, the second one is not. Let's go ahead and mark up... Actually, do we need to? Also try to subdue these bears, which would be hilarious. Got them. Those bears are doing nothing now. Then we can have Noctilus reinvigorate their turn. Then blind these guys. We'll try to come around for a nice flank. If we can. Get well away from those bears. They're blinded and marked once more, so the polearm should... Ooh, not quite finish him. Let's mark these bears over here. We can attempt to immobilize them with the net. We throw it from here. Step up once and throw the net. Please immobilize. Oh, they missed. You failed me for the last time, Admiral. They should be going nowhere. Ah, we've set up Bawktilus to get punched in the back by a bear. That's no good. Oh, they're going after the Harriers, so they're getting a flank. Yeah, nice swipe, but they do get poisoned in return. I'll just mark these guys from all the way over here. Bring the Overseers around and try to heal. You have to be standing right next to them to heal. Fair. We'll just go ahead and blast you with the marking blast. They've already used the swipe. So we can move up alongside. You don't have this ability for one turn. Let's go ahead and waste the retaliation on Noctilus. We should be able to handle it a lot better than the Harrier can. 3 melee strikes here will be great, but they'll strike us back thrice as well. Oh well. If we take down one of these bears... Please? There it is. So half, or not, maybe not half the damage, but much less damage than before. Goes for the triple swing on our Harriers. It takes down one more model, that's no problem. Noctilus, do the honors. We have Slippery, so we can step away and hit them, or no? Just blind him. Hit him with a strike. Halberd right to the face. And our first combat with Noctilus is a resounding victory. We managed to bring back a bear. We gained 3 souls, 9 draft, and 9 gold to Galleon's Graveyard. We could recruit this bear for 40 of our... Don't mind if I do. Noctilus gains some renown, and we gain some food and a staff of animal summoning. Be good we have ourselves a secondary hero. Not good for now. Oh, we can send the bear out to go get into more fights, too. How funny. Alright, we'll send you up. Then, yeah, we'll have the bear go initiate the battle with Vampire, Spider, and the Bone Wyvern. Take down as many of them as we can very early on here. On results, it's a safe battle. Let's see just about how safe. I think we can do better. And we will just go ahead and slay everything. We won't worry about capturing it. Alright, in the march. These things jump or anything? No, they're just little vampire spiders that lifesteal and bleed. Let's go over here and heal our Harriers. Bring the bear. Get a nice swipe if they try to come around. Looks good to me. Oh, we have the you down here. Whoops. You can mark from so far away. Go ahead and mark up the wyvern so we can deal with it in a hurry. I think we'll go for... With Necrotize may not work on the Bone Wyvern. Alright, go ahead and ward them. We'll just bring the Harrier around so it doesn't have to necessarily move and can get a nice easy flank. That does not cost much. Gang for 3 turns. Let's cast that here. That does not cost much. We can turn them into a zombie and turn them around on their other friends. Yes. Let the evil flow. Got garbage damage there. Ooh. Let's cast the net here. Beautiful, they're going nowhere. We can go ahead and mark the wyvern once more. Zip the big angry bear forward and go for a dual swing. We'll see in just a moment if that's a good call. Blank Draconic Rage is active. We'll just have Noctilus finish them off. Oh, sweet. Okay, before we do advance there, let's go ahead and see. Doesn't quite kill. That's alright. Big swipe. Let's see you now, Smother. We're gonna both attack the bears. Fair enough. We'll just send the bears back to heal. Mark them up. They explode. Oh, they turn into the zombie. And then the corpses emerge. The bird zombies are here. Bloodborne, but with birds. Just a small retaliation. Drop them. That's another soul. Very similar to what they did. 4 souls and 12 of gold and a draft. To the graveyard. Got ourselves a frost shield, which will give us shield wall, and melee attackers take 4 frost damage. Nice. Alright, doesn't look like we can get any further ahead here. But I will use our bear as a bit of a scout. Look at the bear. Pat, good boy. Drowned echoes. Your army approaches what should have been a proud city, but what now seems to be nothing but a brackish swamp. Broken stone structures jut out from the waters, quickly crumbling under the constant lashing of the elements. Splashing through the once bustling streets, your bear finds no signs of life. Bloated corpses riddle the streets and rotting markets. It seems that they did not even have time to flee the tide that took their lives. This entire city, entire people were drowned. Your bear stands silent as the rain falls, wondering what to do. One day we shall rebuild the city, getting us some Imperium. This is what happens if you obey your Count by Dreadfleet. Exactly what Noctilus would do. Although, I think he would absolutely also go for knowledge. He's the one that teleported his entire castle out to the Galleon's graveyard, after all. Alright. Let's go ahead and give those skill points over to Bawktilus. We have ourselves a Staff of Animal Summoning, which does not go to him. He is a Death Knight. We have of course, our Knight kind of class abilities, our Curses, and then our Raising Undead. And as you are a Mortal Champion, we have all of these skills too. I do think grabbing the Decisive Command is going to be the call here early on. That way we don't have to pay or use our entire turn recharging someone else's turn. So we can definitely settle Ellendam, which is excellent. We'll go ahead and bring the bear back to attack these serpents and just kind of clear out everything we can here. Galleon's graveyard already has itself another population. We'll have another in 2 turns. And we need ourselves a forester to go for what I want. I want to have a storehouse early on here for lots of growth. You'll see Reavers have the Mana Forge, which is a mana and production income. And then that unlocks the Lodestone Foundry, which is much the same. Then from there it turns into your normal mana structure. You also begin with a workshop into a stonemason and blacksmith. They have lots of good stuff for production and warfare. Like I said, though, we're going to grab the storehouse and boost it by grabbing a forester. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Got a gold vein here, pastures here, and then the iron deposit over here. We'll go ahead and grab a forester for now, and we can swap this over to a iron mine, or a gold mine later. For our first research, we have 3 options. Skeletal reanimation. When killing racial units, gain the option to spend souls to create skeletons. Necrotic magic gives our spellcasters the opportunity to decay enemies, which is so powerful. We don't have very many support units yet, but good grief, that's powerful. Then Soul Collection is a world spell that gives us soul income and gold up here. Costs gold. Let's go for the Soul Collection. Surely our people will enjoy that. Excellent. Actually, because I've had some issues with crashes here for this one, before we end our first turn, actually before we are not near ending the first turn, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves another observer for scouting them out. And then before we end our first turn, I'm going to actually drop the recording and be right on back. This will be the one and only time we do here for this episode, just to make sure we're not having any issues with crashes. So I'll be right on back. Alright, we return. Doesn't look like there's anything else to do here for Elia's prison. This location was claimed by a Godir and turned into a prison. It flows twisted to bind a mystical creature to this realm. The Fae that once inhabited it are long gone. Its prisoner instead guarded by faithful servants of the Siren Goddess. Counts as a farm, gives us stability per farm and forester. Friendly units heal more, and then we gain a spring, summer, autumn, and winter fairy, which are all very, very good spellcasters. Excellent. We'll head on down there as soon as we get ourselves a couple more units. I actually think we'll go ahead and spend some cash here, hurrying along our observer and grabbing an additional carrier. So this observer we'll send over to go explore further. Okay, so we've got a couple more baddies on this side. We'll go see what's past this monster den. Perfect. That will be the turn. An unknown ruler. Day 2 dawns. Oh, we've got some sundered creations. A unique pantheon quest. We have an Eastern survivor met, and then 0 of 1. Your harriers report interesting sightings from beyond the horizon. One of them approaches you. By count, we have seen ship. You're not very piratey, are you? Let's see if I could get a pirate voice out of nowhere. The Count, we have seen ships of unknown origin on the western horizon, and trodden underground passages in the east. It seems that some of Nimwe's creations have survived her wrath. Perhaps they could even be persuaded to join you in your quest to liberate this realm. Rolling those was not easy. With your permission, my Count, we shall set sail to find these people and their rulers. Sounds great. We'll work on your accent, bud. We'll get a mystery bonus and some experience. I shall find these stranded creations, and likely slaughter them. Pull some cash. Let's go ahead and move up and fight the serpent. And go ahead and claim Ellendam here. How much? Costs 100, or we can reanimate it with some souls. More battles it is. Some plague serpents. Has a chance of inflicting disease. This is a safe battle at sea. Safe, but our bear falls. We'll try it ourselves. Alright, demon serpents. The fact that they are single entities makes them a little bit more difficult. We won't be able to limit their damage at all, and they look incredible. These guys might have got a little bit of a glow up. I remember them being a little bit less, less detailed is the what I'm looking for there. Alright, so Harrier, you'll stay here for now. We'll bring our Overseer around to heal you. Rub some dirt on it. Bring boys up the hill. Noctula stopping anyone from coming around the corner. And then our bear coming over here with the Overseer because I don't trust them to not get focus fired down. Let's do this. Snake's moving. Didn't go too far though. We'll go ahead and cast the net their way. Yeah, going nowhere, bud. I can probably move up and just go ahead and subdue this one. Oh, out of range. Lucky. Don't mind getting a bit of damage. That retaliation's pretty nasty. How far could you travel? Just far enough. That only costs 10, but it's not needed. They can retaliate all around them. Super marked. We could use the displacement. Is that gonna push you back, or is it not? Excellent. So get them in the way of one another. Oh, it's not gonna hurt them that badly. We could hit them both with an immobilization. Redo your turn. Oh, it gets to retaliate again, does it? That's impressive. Yeah, I think I will. Necrotize. Make some zombies. And then let them stand in the way of the serpent. I can reach. That's not great. Let's see. Perfect. That's the best possible scenario there. Fumbling against your own people. Marking plots. I should have started with this one. We'll remember eventually. Mark him up, Scout. Have our zombies eat up that retaliation. This thing is chunky. Alright, Noctilus, you get over here first. We go for the swipe and not... Oh, it's gonna hit everyone. If we do it this way, it'll be alright. Kills the zombies. Yoink. Also, I think we gain even more souls for being evil. Which is not the way. Hopefully that's it. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Calculated. Awesome. Some souls and some cash. Yep, move up here and take these guys down too. Noctilus, did you gain any more skills? Your ruler leveled up? Absolutely you did. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab... It's just healing in general? Okay, well, foraging training is always good then. Yes, we can boost up Noctilus, but making sure our troops are always ready to fight, so useful. Alright, bear forward. Got a Butcher Ogre and a Slither. That's an acceptable auto-combat. Souls draft gold and mana. And a cloud in a bottle. A 3-hex cone pushes all units back and inflicts wet. Alright then. We'll take it. Start throwing clouds at fools. You should be able to hover up and grab this flotsam. 66 more gold. And no one can reach to help out with the fight with the penguins, that's fine. Alright, no one over here. We just go ahead and grab Elendam as soon as we can, and probably want to move Noctilus to grab the entire coast, 'cause the AI factions are very aggressive with capturing land. Storehouse produced. Let's go ahead and put in also the Mana Forge needs a quarry to help out. I need a farm for the workshop. Let's go for the workshop then, because I will much more likely to grab a farm. Good. One more thing we can grab out there with the Flotsam. I think one more town maybe in the middle here is a good spot. Not a ton of land left for that, but we can still snag what we can. Come hang out with Noctilus for extra heals, and we'll go whop these fools up here. Feels like we're missing something, just because we don't have one of our seeing stones. Day 3 dawns, so it does. Don't quite have enough to rebuild the city here, but we will next turn, so let's go ahead and walk over to... Walk over to here and see what the combat modifiers are going to be. Since this is a magic material, there does tend to be modifiers you have to deal with. Low risk, the enchantment is every 2 turns, all status effects on all units are dispelled. That one is no problem. Not a terrible auto. We could probably do better, but this is very healable. Let's go ahead and just watch it. Oh, looks like we did teach the AI to use their heals on our Harrier. Good to see. Alright, everything gets dispelled. The bugs move forward. Necrotize on the worms. I would say it's a very good strategy. I don't know how to necrotize and immobilize them. These scouts are really close. Redoes their movement. Just kind of walks over here. Hits them with the cloud in a bottle, really. Yeah, they'll lose that fight straight up. 1-to-1 Death Beetles versus Harriers does not go the Harriers' way. Huh. Spiders go for some vengeance. And down with one of our Inquisitors. So they should have struck with these guys first. Interesting. Even on hard, they didn't. It's them again with decaying. That's a waste. Yeah, you know what? No. I'm gonna simply stop this, and we're gonna try this again. They did terrible. I can't believe what I'm seeing. We'll go on double speed because there's no reason to speed it up further. We'll go ahead and mark up immediately these Firehounds. Everything won't be different. We'll step over here and heal up Harrier. Yeah, we'll let them move up and then we'll strike from there. You won't be able to keep up, sorry. I will mark the charge worms. Let's go ahead and do the same Necrotize, but this time we'll use it on... They have Blight Resistance. Yeah, so we'll hit the worms. Those chargers are still their strongest, but we won't hit the same unit twice. Going to mobilize the spiders back here. I think I will let them try to charge into these spheres. Spider can reach us as well. That's no problem, though. On the very edge of its movement. Will not hurt anyone, really. We can push them back. Let's do that. Make them move up even more to get here. Save our command till the next turn. Alright, Death Beetle. Starting off strong, the worm comes on in for a strike and gets its strike countered. Hover this way and mark up the Death Beetles in combat. And with a big swipe. Go ahead and then also necrotize these spiders. Align the murder beetles, give them a triple strike there is pretty healthy. Driving them back would not kill them. I want the unit gone. Turning it into a zombie. Which we can then give the command to, and send the zombies straight in after their friends. Oh no, our bears are on fire. That's not good. Smokey's having a bad time down there. Oh, because the decaying does go away. That I should have kept an eye on. Not the biggest deal. Especially because they're fighting out. Well, we'll get decaying again soon, don't you worry. And they almost win that. If we mark them, they probably do. Almost. Okay. There. Oh, I'm a fool. Nice crit. Finish him off there. We need a patch up. We can kill you. Let's go ahead and just mark spiders behind here. Nice Harrier takedown, and then we'll let the zombies do the same. Only issue being that these spicy spiders not going to move in. Strike our own units to push them out of the way? No. That'd be cool, but probably counterintuitive. We've got a lot of mana, honestly. Let's go ahead and hit you fools with another Necrotize. Enjoy. Get a little bit of a bleeding on our Overseers. It's no problem. It's a lot of good spread out damage. Easily healed. Fly over here and mark him. Noctilus, can you get over for the kill? No. Finish him off. Rip spiders. Not bad. 5 souls, 15 gold, and draft. And a murder ring. A very spiky one. This looks very... I wouldn't put this on ever. Inspiring and vicious killer. We'll take it. We'll take it. Looks like another Empire over here. Hopefully that's not Nimue. Otherwise we're going to be at war quite quickly. So should we not go notice her? I think we'll just ignore her faction for now. Oh, it's too late. Oh, they're dwarves. Meeting a hostile warden. Oath Warden Hafdar Thrustbolt of the Free City Warden grants you with hostility. Let's get a good dwarf force. We swarming dwarves of Vorten will fight for our freedom and stand against anyone who threatens our free city, even when they are led by a count like you. The blood invaders, thieves, and spies will nourish the fields. Fair enough. Inspect the insolent warden, or so be it. Oh, good. Warden is at war. So it's Warden. Oh, some flotsam for me? Don't mind if I do. Our ruler leveled up once more. Let's go ahead and give him his signature skills, which will make into an Initiate of Shadow. While Army Leader, all non-hero units in the army gain 2 damage on flanking attacks. This will also give us the Soul Draining Strikes, which will allow us to yoink souls away even better from enemies and turn them into zombies. And also have a chance of inflicting remorse. Lose morale, stacks it to 5 times. And truthfully, let's go ahead and grab both of our unique abilities here. Wrapped in this murder ring. Things are looking up for you, Noctilus. We'll go ahead and have him settle Ellendam next turn, and then we'll probably come on over after the Prison of Elia. We got a fair bit of gold. Let's go ahead and spin some, hurrying along the workshop in this Harrier. We'll go ahead and grab ourselves another Harrier, too. Extra gold income or extra knowledge income. We don't have a quarry yet. Let's go for the vendor. $78 more cash. We'll come on down this way. Oh, the Pirate Cove's a little bit dangerous. We'll zoom on over to the watchtower there. Freebooters laugh as they smuggle goods along the waves, and pirates raise villages. Ah, our people. Alright, go ahead and settle Ellendam here as a city of the Dreadfleet. And then we will move along towards Elia's prison. Just curious if there's anything we can yoink. Looks like no. Soul collection's done. A sustained world spell will just spend 30 of our gold, which we can afford right now. Designate target. 2 marked and distracted is incredible, but it costs 15, which is so much. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves another unit. Necromancers strengthen undead and create them from corpses. That sounds perfect. Oh, well hello there, Frog. You meet Decimus the Unwavering of the Atoning Toadman. He eyes you and puffs up his chest. If I had the ability to ribbit, or make some kind of toad... My name was given to me by the Siren Goddess herself. As blessed children of Nimue, we only aim to please her. Unfortunately, she has deemed us imperfect. Without her guidance, we have taken it upon ourselves to patrol and protect the realm. I know she will love us again if we prove ourselves worthy. Decimus sounds desperate. The Siren Goddess will love us again. Is there anything I can do to convince you of your true nature, Goddess, or just stay out of my way? Well, I don't mind having a quest going on. Decimus the Unwavering Harumps. You have stories about my goddess. Lies, no doubt. He pauses for a moment. Very well. I must respect the rules of negotiation. Thank goodness you're so honorable. Through my duties, I have met others with whom I share good contacts. Some tell the strangest stories about the goddess's love turning to wrath. But that can't be. These people, they fell out of the goddess's grace, but I'm sure that's a misunderstanding. She would never truly drown us, would she? He winces, as if he's being scolded by something you can't hear. And Decimus rubs his temples. Temple. If you wish to convince me, convince the seer of Flotsam of your good intentions first. I respect her insights. We'll get good relations and a mystery bonus. Sure. We accept this quest. Decimus already doesn't like us because we are Chaos and Shadow. That makes sense. We aren't necessarily going to try to ally with him, but what we will do... Oh, he's another faction. I see. What matters in diplomacy shall we discuss today? I won't use your voice every time. You really can't. We will slaughter you. There, we need to build up some more spoils by beating the brakes off a warden over here. Then we can use that to try to complete that quest. It is the only way. You probably want to be a little bit careful about finding the Siren Goddess, though. Another Pirate Cove, and we can go grab... The Mirror Field's already been cleared by Ederton. They've got some city ruins down here, too. They are likely to go yoink. Very fair. Let's go ahead and pull up our soul collection and get that started. Ooh, that's not how you cast spells. Yeah. Oh, you just launch it down here. Let the souls flow. Excellent. Well, I also don't mind spending a little bit more cash to hurry this along and grab the library to boost up our research bit. Gonna take us 2 turns to get down here, but just... And kind of just 2 to get out here to deal with the water monsters. Let's go clear Elias Prison. Beautiful, put a quarry up here next to this gold vein. Then we'll start grabbing the actual water tiles. Got some more magic materials out there, perfect. We'll just kind of keep coasting along, trying to find anything that we can snag from Decimus there. Save the gold a little bit. Current gold we have. Closing in on grabbing knowledge per hero slain, but since it's so far away, let's go ahead and use some of this to attract more population. And anything off on the coast that we can snag? No, not yet. That will give us quite a bit. Let's quickly come down here and grab the mine in this province. No, we'll snag a forester down here on this pasture to keep boosting up growth. 60 more cash, and another stash of food. Since that's a landmass, it's likely where another faction is, too. You won't be able to bring any more Harriers into the fight, so rushing them is not going to be useful. Rushing this and grabbing the steel hull so we can get a tavern going to be necessary for our stability, which is starting to take some pretty serious, severe hits. We aren't Dark Culture, so we can't fully ignore stability. Step to Elia's prison, have the Harrier join us, and let's see if we can handle it. You enter a meadow that would have been peaceful, were it not for a group of creatures that greet you, led by a mirror mimic. Oh, good. So you have found the prison of the Maiar, the mirror mimic says. The Siren Goddess studies this creature to enhance her people. With every newborn race, Nimue followers become better, more powerful. The Shetrai see merit in her efforts. That is why they assigned us to guard the Maiar, to uphold the spirits that bind her below to the surface of the lake. The Shetrai tasked us to guard this prison. We must not let you free this creature. It is too valuable. Oh. Apparently we'll get smacked. Can we see what the battle is and then back out if we... Oh, good grief. A Mage Bane. Yeah, we'll have to come back to this. That is a little bit too much for us to handle. Let's come on down here and take these clowns out, go clear this small monster den, and move back up. Any more goodies for me to secure? Not at the moment. Here is another town of the Toads, looks like. I can create a new bounty, no thanks. Wouldn't mind yoinking a bounty from others, but that's not the case right now. We'll grab this food. And are you one I can yoink? Oh, awesome. Oh, nope, there were indeed baddies there. Well, such is the way. It's going to tell us we've got low stability. Yeah, low stability in the Grallion's graveyard. Don't worry, I know. We'll deal with it. Day 7 dawns. We'll go ahead and hit these water spirits here. Elements of surprise. Temperatures in the immediate area rise and fall intermittently as a group of elemental beings panic at your army's approach. The lesser tide spirit, seemingly the leader of this group, wavers unsteadily before you. It seems that, aware that engaging you would result in almost certain death, but is unwilling to abandon its group. Will you attack them or allow the lesser tide spirit its temperamental allies to retreat? We need some souls. Your souls are mine. Nice, we'll go ahead and just collect those and move on. Get ourselves a gargoyle. Which is a little bit expensive, looks like 12 mana. Stone skin. Heals. Oh wow, that's incredible. Gargoyle's very strong now. Evil presence lingers in this land. We'll bring the Harrier over here just to get ready to fight these two. And annex another province, so we shall snag the last kind of material right next to us here, which is this gold vein. We'll grab another Wari, I believe. Alright, let's head underground to see what's down here. Is that a creature cage? Huh. May not be worth grabbing, but I guess it's better that we have it than Nimue or anyone else. Penance. Very on the nose of the names of your towns. There's Penance, your capital? It is. So Penance is his first city, and then Edgerton is the secondary one he's grabbed. Got a pretty well set up empire down there. Let's flood the world with our Harriers for now. And go strike down this monster den. It's a pretty weak one. We'll go ahead and auto-combat and likely just watch. Yeah, we'll watch the battle here. Do me proud, lads. Or we're taking over for you. Alright, well, they're going to split up aggressively. Necrotize on the piggies. Piggies double immobilized. They're going nowhere. Soul binding for the... Ooh, I think I would hit it blind on these guys first, but maybe we didn't have the opportunity. Swing. I don't know if I would have moved in there, Harriers. It feels like they were already immobilized. We could have stayed back. Yeah, they get double tapped for no reason. Some zombies emerge up there in the north. The last poison ivy monsters. burn in the forests. They're lucky they can't get poisoned. They can, however, catch on fire. Well done. We get the Bloody Edge. Charge attack gains 20% damage per hex traveled up to 3 hexes. Critical hits deal 50% additional damage and have a 50% chance to trigger. Well, your halberd is getting replaced immediately for this excellent greatsword. We won't send the gargoyle to explore, we'll send them to go prepare for an assault in the next area. We need to keep fighting as much as we can. We'll let this build up naturally. It'll just pop in the tavern when it's done. Stack them on up. Day 8 dawns. Oh, some rats. Meeting Otto the Discarded. A ruler of unmet peoples slowly comes out of hiding, addressing you with gathered courage. You are not Nimue. I am Otto the Discarded, ruler of the drowned recreants. Once we were the goddess's favorites, until she became disappointed with us. She drowned so many of us when we fled from her wrath. We have survived by staying hidden, but her power grows with every creature she builds and drowns. Please, you must stop her, before she catches us. If good Godir truly exists, please deliver us from her wrath. Tell me what I can do to help. And we may do it, or we may just slaughter you. For the encounter quest, we need to deal with a large monster den and 5 units. Otto sighs with relief. We have waited so long for a benevolent Godir to help us. Ever since Nimue discarded us, we have been living in fear. Our thralls hunt our people as if we were trophies, and the wildlife torments us everywhere we go. I try to convince my people we can grow strong enough to fight back, but their fear is deep-rooted. Meanwhile, monsters close in on us. Soon there will be no place left for us to flee to. If you truly aim to free us from her, help my people to no longer live in fear. Destroy the infestation and defeat the hunters who threaten us. Okay, once again, yes, you can decline it, but there's no reason to, because you gain stuff for it. So we have ourselves some Skaven allies. Oh, hello, cats too. You have met the other rulers in this realm, both Nimue's stranded creations. Talk of your arrival spreads across the realm. Exiles of all kind flock to your throne city, calling you their savior. They all share the same story. Their people were once favored by Nimue, then abandoned when she grew disappointed with them. Disenchanted with their goddess, they flock to you for deliverance. The Siren goddess keeps this realm in a drowning embrace. But resistance slowly spreads. Perhaps others can be convinced to join your cause. As a result, Bawktilus gains enough experience to rank up. We will allow these exiles to live in our cities or dismiss them. I'll take the extra population. 2 population in both cities? Yes, please. We can turn them into zombies anytime we need. Let's grab a mana conduit, which will turn into a research post later on. This one is the iron deposit next door, so let's go ahead and put in a farm here. Beautiful. They're already very mad. Well, sometimes that's just the way. Craft and production. We do need the palisade walls. We need a forester to boost that up, so let's go ahead and just grab well, that's taking all the cash we have left for the turn. What can we build in the graveyard? Nothing just yet. So let's swing to the other side here. We'll put in a fish farm. We can do 2. Well, the people are going to be so mad. Yeah, we're full unstable. I guess we'll grab another farm over... No, we need some growth. We'll go to a quarry. Either way, though, these are giving us food, production, draft, and gold for each. So it's pretty fantastic. Borders were open to you. Count Bawktilus, I'm very busy. What do you need? I have some items. I'll give you a barbed shield. And you can give me some cash. Mana for gold. I will say yes if it keeps them on our side. Excellent. Actually, we could have pretty easily seen what makes him friendly. We got that Tranquility Pool, though, so we've got infusions of the item forge related to status resistance, attunement, and weakening enemies, and our effects are that researching spells is going to cost us a little bit less. Nice. Noctilus is also leveled up, so we shall give him... Let's go for Knight first, and then probably raise Undead after. Give him a little bit more strength and health. I mean, this also wouldn't necessarily be a terrible spot for a city. I think we can snag the Pearl Conduit, but I think over here is much better. So let's motor our way over and try to get out to the sea. Wouldn't have any help, and neither would you, unfortunately. How many turns before we can have ourselves another hero? Let's find out. Looks like we're waiting 3 more. We could spend some of our Empyrean, but I don't think that's very worth it. Defeating an infestation gives us a unit based on the infestation defeated. Does feel pretty worth it. When use this gold to make some more gold that our Gosk founded. We'll call this Shantytown. Oh, they're very mad here. So the unrest is going to do 20% less income. We've got to get that tavern in quickly. We hear you, people. We hear you. It'll be tavern into bathhouse. Get ourselves a necromancer, so let's get our next research going. Rotting Explosion. It just costs souls to cast. 2 hex radius. It's basically decaying, but it's a 2 hex radius version. Huh. Let's go ahead and grab Necrotic Magic into Skeletons. Got a Lesser Magma Spirit? Sure. Send you back on home. Maybe. Try your best. And then you can keep exploring around. The Drowned Recreant, I guess we're hiding underground from her. Seems like an interesting place to hide from a flood. Let's go ahead and have them come out to the sea to help as well. Everyone get some level ups. So I'm having a quest to get loyalty with Flotsam, which I haven't met yet, so I guess we need to send you up that way. If we step here, we can fight both. Right, yes. So we'll attack these spirits with an auto battle, and we should be able to fight the other one. Yeah, it's not too bad. Accepted. Oh, awesome. Hang on now. We can do all sorts of shenanigans here. Take out these octopi. An even easier battle. A ring of protection, so we get some resistance and defense. It's covered in grass, so it's a little bit itchy. Let's have you sail over to here, and the gargoyle can roll with you. Let's have you go defend Shantytown, just because I can't see out there too far. Empire development skill available. We can go for either knowledge for heroes defeated or clearing out infestations, giving us more units. I think that's what we'll grab. We'll spin the 88 on the increased stability. We'll go ahead and pop in the bathhouse too, no matter how many turns it takes. Sneak your way home and defend the Shantytown. don't think that's what we can have, so let's go ahead here and try to discover Flotsam. I was pretty sure all he wanted us to do was increase... Oh, no, we have to have a pact of loyalty, so if he beats us to it, then we're in trouble. At least for that mission, it is. Anything for us to yoink back here? I promise you will find out. Yep, out and turn. I'm also going to go ahead and get rid of our spell we currently have active. That is spending our gold. For some souls, we have plenty right now. Kind of stacked on up, but we don't have a lot to spend them on, so we'll save that for now. Take down these two dire penguins real quick. Easy. And then we should probably sail it over here after this pirate cove. It's not very scary yet, so we should probably deal with it before it becomes that way. Graveyard can annex another province before we do what's any good besides Elia's prison. Get out of here to these fishing grounds. It's just a long way out there. I want more dredger quarries. On moving. We might be able to have them get out here and take down these Kraken spawn, depending on how many there are. Baddies of the Deep Dark, and here's where refuge is. Yeah, we go take down the Pirate Cove now. Let's do it. In this battle, we'll probably want to fight. Safe battle, man. Or not. Yeah, not bad at all. We'll take it. Mail of the Razorback. Defense, charge resistance, and quill hide. Melee attackers sustain 3 damage per attack. And we got ourselves an Arcane Guard. Some good armor. Ring of Protection, not as good as the Ring of the Murder Champion. Second Wind allows you to heal. That's pretty dang good. Fighting. Sundering Sweep. Execution. Let's go raise undead. And we could be cheeky and probably put in a town up here, but I think not. Let's turn around and grab this monster den. Hit anything else we can up along the way towards the Galleon's Graveyard. We'll throw in another outpost over here. I guess our first outpost over there. $520, it's expensive. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves... Oh, you cost both. Let's grab one. Necromancer for us. Goblins, are they? Seer Zinduka Zelani of the Free City of Flotsam greets you. I mean, we've already got kind of a goblin voice here. I must admit, I am happy to meet you. Did Decimus send you? I am an old friend of King Decimus, and one of his most trusted advisors. The toads and the goblins, huh? The green must stick together. We have supported each other through many hardships, including the moment when Nimue first discarded my people, and soon after, his. Although Decimus still denies the truth. Because he's a toad and he doesn't care about being drowned, he's just swimming around, he's having a great time. Myself, I have had my time to grieve. Now I merely wish for the freedom of the people of this realm. Perhaps together we can convince him of Nimue's true nature. If you prove yourself, be truly different from her. Leave them to their survival. We need to intimidate them with 168. War spoils. We will get to it. Okay. Still working on the necrotic magic that'll be done in one turn. We'll see if we can afford the upkeep on that. If not, I'm happy to go ahead and get rid of one of our other spellcasters here to afford it. Deep fear. Your troops engage the Kraken spawn and its minions, but they cower in fear rather than put up a fight. Even with the freedom of the depths below them, creatures tense up and remain frozen, with their eyes wide and fixed upon your troops. The only sound coming from them is the occasional splash of water as they fearfully await their fate. Destroy them. Easy. Bring them on back in. You just slaughtered a bunch of, helpless Kraken babies. They'll grow up to be big Krakens one day, and you will be sad if you allow that. We'll fight this one. Alright, naval battles. We get 20% more damage. So let's see if that is put to good use here. I'm gonna move up and have you heal Bawktilus, of course. Gonna send the flagship this way. Then the Harriers and other polearms up alongside. The Sailing Bear. We'll use them to trap enemies in place. Looks good. Yeah, Turn to Stone is a nice ability. Alright, we've got plenty of mana. Let's go ahead and use some to weaken their turtle. Don't know if we can flank the turtle. I'm gonna try. Oh, no line of sight. Well, we can at least stop you from retaliating, hopefully. If we can. Pass the net over here towards these turtles, make sure they're going nowhere. Love that it does look like the net comes flying out. We can bring you up and have you mark. Bear just smashes through. I don't want any of these units really on our side. So we're going to use the net here, because I don't want the one behind them to come up. Use Bawktilus to reinvigorate your command. That way we can blast. Mark them even further. Bawktilus can remove any kind of retaliation. 59. Yeah, we'll finish him with a bear. Gain 3 souls total. Use these polearms to make sure no one's coming through, and then we've got a charge strike here, which we'll use on the turtles. They can't move, so they're just gonna sit there and stare at us. Triple strike on our gargoyles. We've already used your net. So Bawktilus, we can go ahead and push them backwards. So we get a little bit more damage. Sail around and chop them. Soulbound and one-shotted. 59 damage is ridiculous. Don't have the net strike really with anyone. The retaliation there is going to be pretty weak. But let's go ahead and take it. And then we'll go ahead and yoink the retaliation away with the gargoyles here. So we'll roll around, fly behind, and smack. Now we can strike it both with to our heart's content. bring you around. I'm getting calls. I'm gonna throw my phone across the room. Professional. And neither of these are great. Let's go ahead and mark up the fighters, though, because they'll do more damage. At least they should do more damage. No longer. Go ahead and kill this unit and see if we can't get Noctilus into a soulbind the last. Nimue goes after the spearmen. I mean, fair enough. It's a little bit poisoned. And just go away. Victory for the pirate chickens. That's going to bring you up on shore and you can wait for... Hang on now. Who is this? A human stargazer. A runesmith and a talented collector. Huh. Interesting. I don't think we want you. You cost an 8? Get out of here. Garbage. Respond to a hero's offer to join. So we could bring in the goblins. Or some of our own fancy peacock people. I quite like this. We're gonna go ahead and bring the unaffiliated Dreadfleet. Yes, we could snag some goblins. What are you guys enchanted up with? We can inspect you to find out, right? Inner Mastery, which comes from the Ways of War DLC and then Leafskin. Huh, interesting. Sure. I will still say no, we're going to bring in this Specialist Governor and a Privateer. Yes, indeed, Akiba the Sturdy has himself, or herself, looks like herself, a axe. Welcome. We can find out pretty quickly here. You are body type 2, so a lady axe wielding crazy. Lady Akiba the Sturdy. We're gonna call her Akiba the Edge. Can we make you cooler in any kind of fashion here? Because your garb is a bit too alchemist for chopping people. And if you look like 100% like Noctilus, shoot off the midriff. Hit him with the old confusion. I'll give you some armor. Akiba the Edge. Okay, and so you are a defender class. So very tanky and good at basically forcing enemies to attack her specifically. We'll give her the Frost Shield as an upgrade. And we need to find ourselves a good hand axe. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and bring you over. Have you start clearing these. Everyone else come join with Akiba if you can. We've got necrotic magic all up and ready to go, so let's start our new research of engraving of focus. I actually think that's going to be the best call. We won't activate it likely. 3 upkeep per mage. We've got 2, so it only costs us 6. We can afford it. It's a very good spell, or it's a very good debuff too. Give me the Edge. Each special province improvement costs less gold and less production to build and gives us more stability, knowledge, and mana and gold. Not bad. They need a tavern too as soon as possible. The Reaver Manufactorum and the Soul Well. Counts as a mine. So we want to put it probably like right here so we can surround it with foresters and mines. Okay. Okay, in the meantime, we'll probably want the shipyard. Shipyard or stonemason. Rush this into Shantytown and grab the workshop to do the same for more growth and production. Haven't gotten to where we're fighting any heroes yet, but soon we will be. Can't afford the stability drops right now either. Okay, so you found Flotsam. So she wants us to come clear this out specifically. Just a long ways away. Alright, well there's refuge. What's over here? Something that we need to go find out. Can we not travel over lava? Because that makes sense. Let's head up to the surface. We can find the way down over there. Alright, and then we'll take out this den too. Gargoyles, you here to help? Perfect. Run up in here and karate chop them. This one will fight because they have a wild speaker. Wild speakers summon in animals and buff them up to high heaven. So we're dealing with poison ivy, lads on wargback, pigs, and their spiky brethren. Lots of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and post you up here. Get some nice heals. Stones get up. Move our chicken harriers back. We'll have you kind of advance to the floor here. If they move up and hit our support units, they will not be in combat long enough to matter. The harrier to stop anyone from getting in between. Bring it. Someone's in some spiders. I think Necrotize is an incredibly good spell here. We will use it on their battle piggies. How far can you throw the net? Far enough. Mobilize them. Now we can move up. Hit them both with the swipe. What else can we go for here? Not getting in too close on that side. Same thing over there. So what I want to do... Throw the net from here. Perfect. So we'll have them run up, hit these guys with the net. So they can't... Oh, you missed! This is so they can't advance. No such luck. I will have you go for the advanced command. Lock them in on this side. I realize I've now made it so Noctilus can't join the fray too. Blast these two with a big swipe. I should have marked him first. Go ahead and blind them. Just gotta have Noctilus get ready to charge in. Push everyone all here ahead once. Which would stop a couple of triple strikes. Oh, and then we can move it in. How perfect. Or chop. I figured we see a Noctilus focus fire here, but it looks like they're terrified of that as sword. Probably get hit with the... Oh, all in. 20 damage, nice. I should move the gargoyles up sooner, but that's okay. You learn the hard way sometimes. Sound like shit. Those aren't porcupines, those are pigs. Like I thought. Oh, they are. They're razorback pigs. It's like Sand Slash, but normal. We can dominate any of these guys here. We could probably dominate the porcupines would be a good call. Subdue these lads here. They're doing nothing. I guess we just cancel the retaliation and then finish them with the Harriers. That's no problem at all. Because they were soulbound, we get 3 souls. That's where I was trying to avoid retaliation. They've got a quill hide, huh? Oak. Alright, finish him. They turn into zombies. Now it's just the Wild Speaker, and that's it. It's our bear because they're rude. Wild Speaker in name only. Let's go for the netcast here. Actually wouldn't mind securing these guys as one of our units. Noctilus can't finish him yet. So mobilize them one more time. And do the deed. Chop. 71! We'll take it. We can recruit the Razorback. We cannot. We do not have the war spoils for it. Also, heavy armor greaves, 70 more food, and a Wild Speaker. We just brought him back with us. Sounds good to me. That's the one with Archon's blood. We could probably win, but let's get at least a turn of healing. So, Wild Speaker, what do you do? Oh, he's a mole. The primal Talpids. So is this representative of the people of the nation that have been drowned already? There's like a couple of their champions are left, or just a couple of their people are left. He's got a little Shetland pony too. Tunneling Spider Primal. I mean, truthfully, he's not one of mine, so normally I would get rid of him, but we'll keep you for now. Yeah, stay in place. We'll just charge in. All right. Warden has sent a war party to raid my domain. Well, we need to deal with that, don't we? Definitely need to deal with that. Everyone can jump in on this fight. Good. When activate our necrotic magic, we can't actually afford it, so we won't. Oh, it's the Wild Speaker's fault. Oh, we have a new Necromancer. That could be part of it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have the Wild Speaker attack first. Low risk battle. Combat enchantment is when a defending unit dies, all hostile units suffer 15 spirit damage and become condemned. That sounds fun. I have one more final battle here for today's episode. This is a low risk one, but I think we shall. Let's actually see how the auto resolve does, and we'll fight it ourselves. Yep, it's 3 units. That's no good. If anyone needs to die, it shall be the Wild Speaker. Let's fix this one on up. Bawktilus attacked the Marauder Guard. Archon blood leaking through the bottom. Okay, so we do have to keep in mind that their attack units are a little bit scarier here. You're a support mage that can just strike for 16. That's not a lot of damage, but... yeah, I want him to go after the weaker units first. Well, I would love to heal Noctilus first, or Bawktilus first. Either or. I think we need to go for our Harriers. Using it in 2 turns, that's plenty of time. Make sure everyone's moved on in. Perfect. We'll end the turn there. They've split up themselves. Which works very well for us. Let the Wild Speaker take a free forward position and conjure up a friendo right here. Bring the bear up too far. Alright, let's go ahead and drop a Necrotize down on... let's hit the big puppers. And that's, looks like all of our mana. No, we can use 1 spell a turn, duh. Alright, wolves, come on in. And now they're blind. Which pretty much just spells their doom. Go ahead and cast it out here at these crows, make sure they're going nowhere. Nice flank. Marked, not blinded, because they already are. Have the Harrier come up and we displace these lads. I think we can. Perfect. Wild Speaker, go ahead and unleash the beast on. I guess our bear. Race will not save you. Step forward and hit them with the net. Grace removed, immobilized, and you go in nowheres. Hit him with a super swipe. Karate chop. And you take the condemnation damage, which is unfortunate, but not that big a deal either. Alright, the other Necrotize we'll use is on the Frosty Ogre over here. Would keep the Grace from actually activating over here, but I think we can handle that one with just the bear and a Harrier. Run around behind, and can we cast the net from behind them? Oh, I guess you can't flank fighters. Bam. That's easy. We'll go after the Grace caster here. Grace removed. do 20 damage there. All part of a plan. Let Bawktilus get the 3 souls. Need to stop putting 2 units next to the person we're chopping down. Finish a bear. That's just enough to take down. Okay, well, another bad call for us. Oh, it will trigger, okay. I will just hit them then. Taking 15 damage on both these units when they're about full health, no problem. It'll only take us a turn to replenish that. Mobilize here, and going nowhere. Still can't walk out of their range, unfortunately. You send the zombies in to take up the retaliation. Have the bear pull back. Gotcha, Knock Daddy. Oh, you can... Oh, perfect. Hello there, zombie. Destroy them. And then the net to finish them off. Only damage on our zombies. 13 souls and 27 draft and gold. Ooh, the graveyard. Wind barrier ring. Unit is 60% harder to hit with physical ranged and magical attacks. That's pretty incredible. Let's give that over to Akiba the Edge. Heavy armor greaves. You can only move 3 hexes. I mean, extra chunky. Awesome. We'll put the new city right here. Guess we should have just built up the outpost at the previous, but I guess we could just snag it at this this gold vein, and then gonna build it up outside. It'll be a nice fishing town. Won't have a lot of space to put special province improvements though. Our wild speaker did not die, but I'm not going to keep them around. Here can be afford the necrotic magic. We can indeed. Should we? Absolutely not. We'll go ahead and probably get some mana from our neighbors then. You join up here. That should allow all 3 of those units to attack. Perfect. Akiba, our Necromancer, and everyone all in tow. Almost lose the Necromancer, but that's fine. Akiba gains some renown, and rightly so. We'll have you join on up. And I guess we'll sneak around and keep going after the sea critters. We need to also turn around and get ready to defend against Warden, too. I will trade you... Oh, it's mana for gold, just a straight hit then. Huh. Combat casting points, or researching spells costs less knowledge. What would you trade for this? No. Just doesn't have enough mana to give us some. I will take the one trade then. Get up here towards the north. So we've discovered everyone on the map except for the Siren Goddess herself. Ruler leveled up, so we did. We got Raised Dead and then Zombie Keeper. Someone says zombie at the start of battle doesn't work in water combat. Well, whether or not it works in water combat, we now have a zombie. Every single battle. We'll do the forging training first, and then probably swap to the defensive skills. We'll see how much time we have to get across there. As for you, Scout. Here's an outpost founded by the rat people. But still no siren goddess. Funnily enough, we can afford that. So let's go ahead and finish up the bathhouse at once, and then grab the shipyard to boost up how much cash we're making here. Up into stable. Awesome. Look, the pirates just needed a bath, and now they're all good. Oh, we get the mage locks. It's time to start our gunpowder lines. A mix of gunpowder and magic. It's incredible. We'll do one more intern here. Get up to a nice equal turn 13. I see no reason not to just kind of wiggle over here and take down this carrion bird and his ogre friend. Excellent. We've got ourselves now a satirical orb where we can make fun of our foes and they won't even understand it. We shall take this reward. Beautiful. We have our shanty town and the galleon's graveyard and one more outpost going on in. We've met two of our fellow, I guess, survivors here on this flooded world. We have yet to meet the evil goddess herself, so we'll see when she shows up. Got an invasion coming in from Morden, which we will deal with in the next episode. For now, I'm out of time for today. Thank you all so much for stopping on by today's beginning to the Enchanted Archipelago. If you enjoyed, please remember to leave a like from Light God and a sub for the sub zone, and I'll see you all in the next one.